Whiskey pouring in progress.
Whiskey pouring. I fucking went upstairs to grab something to drink, my man, and I grabbed a beer out of my fridge, and I'm all like, no, I'm working outside. That's a bad idea.
Which you exchanged for, let me guess, a sugar-free ginger ale.
Went with a sugar-free Mountain Dew.
Mountain Dew. I had a 50-50 chance I got it wrong.
You do. Those are the only two pops in my house.
Well, at least I know. That's what I figured. I only remembered seeing green, silver, and black, so.
Right.
Well, what's going on, man? How's your week going?
It's going all right, dude. Fucking
wire pull. Wire pull in the heat this morning.
Wire pull. Yeah, it was a good run. It was like 450 feet, right? But it was, which usually isn't horrible, but it was 2-aught copper. And oh my God, I do want to kind of die. I'm sore. I hurt. Gravity helped us out for the first like 150, 200 feet. But after that, it was all me.
Just a mule, huh?
Just a fucking mule. That's what we get paid to do, right?
Well, I guess I got to get this bar out of my way. It says you're being recorded, obviously.
How about you?
Welcome everybody to the IShowerAfterWork podcast. I cut John off mid-question, but he'll remember what it is in a minute. Thanks for joining us again, our respective job trailers this week. You were going to say?
I was asking you how your week was.
My week's gone.
Jesus.
I'm lucky so far. We're early week, and it hasn't been any real nightmares yet.
No?
I did feel bad for you because I knew you had that long pull today. When you sent me that text early, I'm like, all right, he got it done before the real heat of the day.
Yeah.
Yes, because my biggest complaint today, other than pulling MC, so we have metallic cable, folks, as electricians, that the wire's already in different sizes and numbers and things like that. Saves you piping actual physical pipe. Sometimes.
Right.
The whatever they put on to coat that so that it doesn't rust in storage, I mean, you got to scrub your hands with lava to get it off.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, at least it's not all rigid and stiff. That's probably what would happen. But I mean, you can't come up with nothing that ain't whatever that cheap shit is. Like,
right. That doesn't turn black on you.
You have black. Bottom of your hand, just black.
Yeah.
Like under the bed black. Like black, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Anyways, that's the biggest complaint I got today. And if that's my worst complaint, I got nothing to worry about. So.
Yeah, life's pretty good if that's the worst of it.
Yes, man. Well, I know everybody's listening is paused with bated breath for one of my weekly proses of an intro, but not this week, folks. Just John and I having a quick chat bitch session, so buckle up.
Yeah, right.
Which I'm going to start off right out of the gate here. This one's my fault, buddy, I admit. I took our regular table from the studio on the east side upstairs. We had family event the other night.
Yeah.
So I went out. I'm like, I'm not taking that fucking wooden heavy thing apart. I'll go and get one of the plastic ones from the garage. And I see my sort of elongated one. It's 2 feet by 4 feet.
Yep.
Give or take. And I'm like, why don't I use that one? That one would hold the microphone better. Bring it inside, set it up, start screwing the microphone in. As soon as I move my mouse, I'm like, oh, that's right. It's perpetually sticky from years of cooking on it. Because this is the one I cook egg rolls and shit with the deep fryer outside in the garage, so the house doesn't smell like deep fried food. Like the moment I moved it, it literally stuck like, burr.
That's funny.
So I'm off to a great start here, everybody. Before we jump really far in here, man, just a couple of shout outs. Greg got back to us this week about our couple of recent questions.
Yeah.
As far as what people are watching on TV, he's telling us that where is it here? You need to watch a great show starring Holiday Granger called The Capture. It's a British show. Apparently there's 3 seasons now. My brother doesn't waste his time with bullshit. Sounds like it might be pretty good.
Nice.
Now, I'm going to get a judge's ruling from you on his superpower, okay?
Yep.
He says the ability to resolve traffic jams on the highway instantly so people don't get stuck for hours. The only caveat was you couldn't financially benefit. You'd save time and gas.
I'm
leaving it up to you. I'm biased.
Nah. That could be utilized way too easy to make money, right?
Okay.
If say you were a tow company.
Well, no. Remember. Right. He doesn't own a tow company the same way I can flatten tires because I don't own a tire company.
Okay, yeah.
You can't assume what he might do down the road with the power, right?
Okay.
That's it.
So to instantly clear a roadblock.
Traffic is bad.
To alleviate a traffic jam.
It feels like
No,
time is.
I'll give it to him.
You gave it to him. Okay.
I'll give it to him because I mean it doesn't matter what you're doing. There's like you can't guarantee that you're going to make money from it, right? You're just getting to where you need to go.
Right. And it's also in my mind pretty altruistic because you ain't just helping yourself out, you're helping everybody out.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give him that one. I wouldn't even call it ridiculous. That's a pretty good superpower option.
Mr. I'm looking out for everybody.
Right. So, Greg, feel lucky. I wouldn't have given you that one. But John got the judge's ruling because we're related. So there you go.
And also, Casey H texted us and really good said a really good series on Netflix is Peaky Blinders. Have you seen any of that? Have you watched?
I watched the original series. I didn't watch the new. I think it's called the Thin Man or the Hollow Man or something Man. Peaky Blinders is a fantastic show.
I've never seen it. I've never watched.
So for a guy that I know enjoyed, we talked about it last week. Motorcycle soap opera,
Sons of Anarchy.
If you like Sons of Anarchy,
yeah,
it's a similar vibe with old school Ireland, England.
Yeah, I've seen clips. Right,
yeah, it's exactly what you think it is, but the stories and plot lines are pretty good. So shout out Casey H. That is a good one. I do like that. And what's his face in that? I mean, he's one of the best actors of the last 20 years. Cillian Murphy.
Oh yeah,
I've seen him in nothing that has been bad, and I'm looking. Once they get a good run going, I'm like, all right, is this the one where you finally show your true colors? You fuck up? No.
Yeah.
That guy's bulletproof so far. So.
There you go. Fair enough.
Thank you, Casey. Appreciate it.
Oh, yeah.
What do you got that's on your mind, buddy? Mine are pretty random. I got to tell you.
Yeah. Yeah. Have you seen this shit happening with Fauci?
I'm just starting to become cursorily aware of it.
So he pled the fifth in a congressional hearing about COVID shit again. Like this guy's been drug into fucking Congress about COVID up teen times, right? They're trying. There's a part of me is like, they're trying to fucking, they're trying to get him. They're trying to get him. They keep trying.
Right. Well, he got a presidential pardon.
He got a pardon from Biden. Now he's pleading the fifth, which is illegal.
Correct.
You can't plead the fifth after you've been pardoned. You fucking, thanks for admitting guilt. That's how I look at it. You're admitting guilt, fucker. And why don't you just come out and say it? Because you can't be charged with it anyway, you fucktard.
But I agree, right? But here's the issue. The government sure seems to be trying to find a way to get him.
They are.
And if he does say something, maybe, that wasn't included in the pardon. Maybe they're just looking for a loophole to snag him, you know what I mean?
And that's what I'm saying. It's like they're trying to get him.
It's the income tax evasion with Al Capone, right? They're looking for anything. They just want him behind bars.
Right. They just need one reason.
Yeah.
Right.
So
the man's fucking what, 80-some years old?
Knock on wood. Here's hoping they find a couple of good reasons. Fuck that guy.
Yeah. No, I'm not impressed with him.
Yeah.
I don't think he should have ever gotten a pardon. In my own personal opinion, that is my fuck you and your pardons to that man.
I couldn't agree more. And are you familiar with his connection to AIDS drugs back in the day?
Yeah.
Folks, Anthony Fauci ain't a new development. Look at what he did with AIDS drugs back in the day. And if you want to save yourself some time and some enjoyment, just watch Dallas Buyers Club because it's all about it. Matthew McConaughey, great film. Yeah,
he's a fucking tool, man. I don't know how he sleeps at night.
On a pile of money.
Yeah,
on a pile of money.
Yep. Yeah, fucking
yes, I agree, man. Fuck that guy. I hope they get him with something.
Yep.
Well, yours was pretty political to start. Mine's a little less intense.
Yeah, that's something that's just on my head.
That's what this one is for, man. I'm a little tiny bit annoyed, and it wouldn't come as a surprise to her because I've said this to my wife too. I've become my wife's weed butler, and I'm not real happy about it.
Oh yeah.
Look, I have a mild, sometimes on a Friday, Saturday night, have a bit. Now that it's illegal, I don't mind so much, right?
Right.
Not when you're going to work or the night before, even though it doesn't hang you over, folks. Just FYI. But the product is in the same place. The apparatus we use is in the same place. The lighter is right there. It's not a complicated procedure.
Yep.
It's already in the format that it needs to be to go in said device.
She's like, honey.
Pinch, drop, fire. So I joked the other night. I'm like, she's like, yo, is there anything out there? I'm like, I'm your weed butler. That's what it is. I just realized, honey, I'm now your weed butler. Like, okay, I'm willing to do it. Don't get me wrong. But it doesn't seem fair. Like, it's a pretty simple procedure, right?
That's funny shit.
So
awesome.
I'm not sure how I feel about it completely yet, but so far it's not bothering me too much, but it's on my mind.
Yeah. No, I am my wife's everything, Butler. That's what we do for our wives, right?
There is
Like,
that.
like if my wife wants something, if I'm not busy, or I'll get up and I'll go get her a drink, or I'll make her a sandwich or stuff like that. It's just what we do.
I think that might be why this one, for some reason, struck me, because I'm kind of the same way. Like, to the point that if I'm going to make a drink or something, and she said, "Hey, do you mind filling up this glass of water or get me a snack or whatever?"
Yeah.
I'll get the snack. I'll bring that back first. Then I'll go get whatever I was getting.
Yeah.
Do you need to pause? Your daughter just poked her head in there yelling for dad.
No, food's here.
Oh, food's
They
here.
can
All right.
they can eat.
What's the food tonight?
I order Domino's.
Oh, no wonder you're not eating it.
Yeah.
I thought you loved your family.
Well, we don't have any other pizza delivery joints here in this town, so
That is a drag.
Yep.
For a big town like that surprises me.
Yep. Yeah, Domino's is it.
Really?
Yep.
They did make an okay Philly sandwich back in the day.
When was the last time
Mm-hmm.
you had Domino's?
I was working for O'Reilly Auto Parts in Cottage Grove, so
They've changed a lot. You need to give them another chance.
Well,
Their pizzas aren't as greasy as they used to be.
okay.
They've cleaned that up. They've got better flavor selection. Specialty pizzas have gotten better. They've got, I consider, decent wings. They're not extra crispy like my wife likes, but they got a decent hot buffalo wing. Like,
You just reminded me. I had a little gripe to pick with you, so I'm glad you brought this up. Your opinion ain't holding a lot of weight with me here, because we talked recently about KFC. You went back into a KFC and you had a bowl and you said, "Oh, they're tiny and they're good, and I could eat 2 of those." Does that sound familiar to you?
mhm.
I was driving by a KFC the other day with the intent of getting something at the gas station. I was like, "Oh, look, Kentucky Fried Chicken." Pulled in, ordered a bowl. Oh, I wasn't impressed. It ain't what it used to be.
Oh, I told you it wasn't the same.
No,
but it
but-
said it wasn't bad.
Yeah,
Was yours bad?
bad.
Ah.
And they had opened 20 minutes before that. Everything was hot and piping fresh.
Oh,
Just
come on.
Yeah, I was disappointed. It was too bad because I was really looking forward to it. I'm like, I think what I said when we recently talked about it was my love of that was gravy and deep fried chicken bits.
Yeah.
I think the other
Yeah.
things are just a vehicle to get that into my stomach.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's absolutely true.
But I
yours
did want to
wasn't
tell you.
good.
Nah, it
Aw.
wasn't very good.
Well, I'm sorry about that. Fucking what a
That's
waste
all
of
right.
time. Mine was fantastic. I don't know
No,
what
it's
your
all-
branch fucking did.
Yes, and it was probably a different one. I was in Egan. I was in Egan.
Yeah. I
You
was I was in Worthington. I was
Yeah, you see, you were in a
fucking
small
3
town where
hours
they
away.
still care because there's still only 3 fast food places that have to be good.
Right.
I gotcha.
Right. They got a hold up there.
What else you got, homie?
It was funny. So have you ever, I'm going to paint a picture for you. See if you
Please,
can
that's funny you
imagine
say
this.
paint. Keep going.
Right. See if you can picture this in your head. 19 Dodge half-ton pickup, green with a topper.
I'm there.
You can imagine what kind of condition that pickup is in, being a Minnesota pickup, right?
Definitely.
Fenders are gone. Paint's fucking pretty much gone. Zero clear coat. Fucking
Was the
cracked
topper
windshield.
a matching color at one point, or was it never?
It was.
Okay.
And it still kind of is, but it's all faded together.
Right.
Right.
Gotcha.
Right.
Gotcha. Okay.
Dents fucking everywhere. Bumpers barely hanging on. He passes me on the highway as I'm turning right off the highway. He passes me. And all I could think of myself, he's towing a U-Haul trailer in which that truck should probably be on.
There is the never-ending, go forever vehicles out there. He might just have one of those.
He very well could. I hope my pickup's that way. I don't want to change out my pickup. I don't want to buy another one. Right.
Right. But you said 80-ish.
Yeah.
Mid to late 80s.
I'm going to say 88.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah, that ain't gonna work out.
Yeah.
That ain't gonna work out now. I got a
No, not mine.
2016.
yeah, my 2018 is not making it that long.
Yeah,
They
if
make
I
it
get
40
another
fucking years.
30,000 with any major problems, I'll be fucking amazed.
Right.
It's one of the big things keep me from pulling the trigger on a camper, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah. Yeah,
I don't want to
for
get
sure.
on the road on the first, second, third, fourth, big trip and be dead in the water halfway from here to somewhere on a hot or cold, day.
Right.
It's like, no, thanks.
Yeah. No, I hear you. But it was just funny. It made me realize something that, we have a ton of those vehicles. And you don't see a lot of those vehicles, those type of vehicles down in the cities, but you start spreading out just a little bit.
Mhm.
And they start coming in hard and heavy. You get these older rigs that are just barely staying on the road, or they're duck walking real hard when you're behind them. You know, the back end's trying to pass them. It's just like, you know what? People are just trying to get by and do what they can with what they got. And, you know, I can appreciate that.
Definitely, right? It's more, you do see it more out of town. When you do see one in town, it's unfortunately usually broken down on the side of the road with a trailer behind it.
Yeah.
What I like is the guy or gal who completely shit canned the box on the back end and just built their own like handmade bed.
Oh yeah.
And a 2x6s, like old wood, also mismatched in color on like a just metal like rang deck. It's crazy to be.
Yep. Oh, those are the old farm trucks, right? The old flatbed farm trucks that people just threw together.
Yeah, when you could buy either the bed rotted out, possible, or back in the day when it was more common to buy one without a bed because they knew you were just going to do that to your needs anyway.
Yep.
Because you used to be able to have, there was always a couple of those on the lot.
Yep.
You didn't get to pick the color. Yeah, you can still find them, right? Yep. Yeah. So I understand that perspective of it. But yeah, I always like seeing something like that, especially when they're flying down the highway.
Right.
Because you're like, you got a lot of faith at 75 miles an hour. Like, that thing's older than you probably.
Right. Right. The best time that the craziest thing, because I grew up in Rant, you know, cattle country, right?
Mm-hmm. So
you see those pickups everywhere, every fucking where. And the best one I had, I was going down the road and I was driving a piece of shit. I was the one with the piece of shit. I was coming up on behind this truck and it was a pretty decent truck. It wasn't in bad shape at all. And I'm looking at the truck and we're burning down the interstate at 75 miles an hour. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, what looks funny on the back window of that truck? It was the fucking plastic bed lighter bouncing in the bed. Yeah. Motherfucker never fucking actually strapped it in.
Never secured it down.
Never secured it down. That thing came out of that truck and went 20 feet in the air and went right over top of my car.
Shatter when it hit the road?
No, it bounced and skid. Like, I just shit myself. I'm pretty sure I dropped a turd in that piece of shit car that I had.
That's not good. Yeah, that's not good at all, buddy. Oh, no, this is what this one's all about. No need to digress too fast. I am sending you a text of an image right now. Let me know when you get it.
Okay. Let's see what we got.
You started out by painting a picture on that, and the reason I said, hey, interesting, you said paint.
That's funny.
Do you see that I sent you?
Dun, 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 Sherwin Williams.
That is the forever, since a long, long, long time, Sherwin Williams logo.
Yeah, absolutely. Cover the earth.
Cover the earth. Doesn't that sound like an ecological disaster to you? Doesn't that image look like that's not what we want out of paint in the world?
I think the marketing company could have come up with something a little better.
Yeah. I'm going to post it on our social media, folks. It's a can of red paint that says SWP on it and cover the earth. Sherwin Williams to suggest that they want to be the only paint that's covering surfaces in the earth, except in their image, they literally poured it over the earth and it's almost covered it. I mean, it looks like an ecological disaster to me.
I can't help but notice, but did you happen to notice how far the earth was tilted in their image?
Yes. You're looking very much at Antarctica by what I can tell.
By a long shot.
Yeah. It does seem tipped up to the bottom quite a bit.
Yeah.
I wonder why that one, Matt, that must just have had the most land mass to water ratio, so you could still tell it was the earth.
Yeah. I was trying to figure out what part of like land mass that was, but I can't really tell. It kind of, they could have done better. They could have done better.
Entirely. But yeah, if you haven't seen that, folks, look it up yourself, the Sherwin Williams logo, or just check out the ISAW podcast Instagram. I'm going to put it on there as soon as we're done recording today.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those little things tend to bug me. When someone has a stupid like logo or a name, right?
Oh God, yes.
Yeah. I drove by a place today that was a grease monkey garage.
Oh yeah.
I looked it up. Apparently a chain.
Yeah.
I mean, the monkey looks insane.
Yeah.
You'd want a nice professional looking ape in like a work shirt and a hat and a smile. No, this one, no. This looks like it's going to rip all four seats out of your car and then the hoses and then think about fixing the engine. Like, yeah, it's like, I'm just not getting it. Like, if I was going to start a business, I want to be welcoming and not like, okay, that's the kind of people that work there. Oh, right.
Right. Just fucking unhinged.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. That is funny.
Go ahead, buddy.
No, go ahead. What were you saying?
I was just gonna say a very quick side note that I don't expect it to be a whole topic conversation. You were talking about the guy driving the old pickup truck. There must be some new driver training teachers in my area, or maybe a new school somewhere that I'm unaware of in a strip mall. I
Really?
have seen so many white-knuckled young drivers in I won't say the company, but it's one of the popular learn to drive companies. White-knuckled, scared to death, behind the wheel, leaned in, shoulders all up. I'm like, oh, I remember those days.
Funny.
Taking just one simple 90-degree turn and no traffic at all on the green light, just doing everything they can not to hit the curb, little auto corrects. Oh man.
Right.
I've seen more, and it might be because we've got some bad traffic in my local lately because of a couple of on-ramps that are shut down, or one on-ramp, one off-ramp. So it might just be that company now, that's their path back to wherever they're going. Because I've only noticed it since they've been doing that. So, but yeah, I mean, again, we were all young trying to learn to drive one time, and just watching it as an adult, it's like, that's pretty funny.
Right. Yeah. No, I mean, I've taught my kids how to drive, and yeah, it's funny seeing them. It's funny sitting back and going, you need to fucking breathe. You're going to cause a problem by being that tense. Fucking calm down, take a breath, relax. Not the end of the fucking world.
Easy to say after 30 years experience.
I'm trying to remember. I was never a white knuckle driver, even as a brand new driver. I never white knuckled in the car. I did have this weird thing that when I was learning how to drive and I was out on the road and a car was coming at me in the opposite lane, I would slow down by 15 miles an hour. And then I'd speed back up.
Interesting.
I wasn't intentional. My buddy happened to point it out to me. He's like, you slow down every time a car comes by you and then speed back. And I'm like, really?
You said the opposite direction, right?
Yeah. When they're on a 2-lane highway.
Yeah, just come right on you. When you're first learning, I could see you slowing down to prepare to, if in case they came into your lane, or
right.
Maybe I'm speculating.
I don't know if it was just subconsciously. I couldn't tell if they were in their lane, because there's a lot of times you can't tell when a car's coming on what lane they're in,
especially 2 lanes.
Yeah. So it's just like, okay. Well,
yeah, fair enough, buddy. I appreciate that one. Yeah. Again, you must have had more experiences because you taught at least a couple of kids to drive.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yep. All 3 of them.
Yeah. I think maybe twice. I let one of my nephews, after he got his learner's permit, drive us to Taekwondo because we were both going at the same times.
Mm-hmm.
I recall being fairly nervous with him driving my pickup.
Yeah.
It's only 17 minutes away.
Right.
But I do recall, I'm like, this is the nice uncle thing to do. He's new. Let him try some different, bigger vehicles, get used to it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, especially at the parking moment in a busy parking lot.
You let him drive your truck?
Yeah, I'll let him drive my truck. Yeah, he's a good kid. Again,
you are a brave soul.
Yeah, no, I wanted him because his parents only had small vehicles.
Yeah.
So I'm like, no, man, there's some real full-size vehicles in the world. And if you got to help your buddy move, you got to know how these go. Here, take the keys and go. He was a little surprised. Like, really? I'm like, really? Just jump in. Yep. Just take your time. It'll be fine. We're leaving early. We'll get there plenty early. It's okay. But it was nerve-wracking. I think I only did it twice, and I was like, okay, no more of that. Like, I did one for it.
Yeah. It's kind of a nerve-wracking thing when you have a bigger rig and you have somebody that's new. Even my kids, my oldest, I'll let drive my truck. My middle kid has never drove my truck, and my youngest has drove it once. And she's like, I fucking don't like that at all. I'm like, yeah, you got to get used to it. They turn differently. They have different blind spots. Like it's a whole other pig. But I think you're right. I like how you said that. It is important that they learn how to drive a variety of vehicle sizes. Because if you're in a bind and you have to do something, you have to drive something else. Like you need to be able to.
Yeah, you don't want them leaving on their own. I would think on their first time with the truck or the SUV or whatever, right? Like the speedy car, even like a car with a little bit of guts.
Yep.
All of a sudden their little POS breaks down and like, all right, well, you got to take the truck tomorrow. Well, I've never driven that. Oh, that's right. Shit.
Yep.
I presume that's what that would feel like.
Yep.
So
I'm sure I've told the story on here. God, we've talked about so much stuff, dude.
Yeah, go ahead. It's okay.
Showing up with my charger, my RT charger, with my oldest and her driving test with the DMV, that was still the funniest day of my life, because it says, like, when you take your driving test, you cannot show up in a super large, like, you can't drive like an excursion, you can't take a sports car, you can't drive a muscle car, and and the guy walks out and I walk out with him, because I was going to go outside and smoke a cigarette anyway. So I was just going to stay outside and wait. And we walk up to the charger and he looks at her and then looks at me. And I'm like, it's a fucking 4-door sedan, dude. It's a 4-door sedan. He's like, that's so gray. That's such a gray area.
Yeah, but it ain't black, so fuck off. Like,
he walked around the backside. He saw the RT. He's like, and an RT? Really?
I didn't realize that they had caveats like that, but it makes a lot of sense now that you say it.
Yeah. Yeah. You're not supposed to be in a hopped up, souped up car or anything. And if anybody if you're wondering why that's important, the RT stands for rail and track on the dart. They're made for track running.
It's not racing technology?
No. Rail and track.
One of the RTs and one of the companies does stand for racing technology. Toyota, maybe?
Toyota has an RT?
One of the other companies has RT that stands for racing technology. I'm 93% positive about it.
I gotta Google this.
Well, while you're doing that, I'm going to actually give you some shit about something. I don't know if I've ever mentioned this to you.
Yeah.
Man, it bugged me that you had that nice car and you put those stupid ass coffee stickers across your dash. It was everything I could do not to take my pocket knife out and scrape them the fuck off. Oh my God, that bugged me, man. I'm like, who does that to a nice car? Like, when you explained it to me, you were so matter of fact, like, oh yeah, it's the coffee place I stop at. They give you a little like smiley face sticker, this and that. Like, yeah, so I put them on there. I'm like, it's not a fucking Jeep. You're not an ultra liberal with a, hatchback. Like, what are you doing? It bothers the shit out of me, man.
That's so funny. Let's see here.
Oh my God, is it going to be 3 weeks in a row that I prove John wrong? Oh my God,
Nope.
wouldn't that be great?
No. So the acronym racing technology is actually SRT, which is Dodge. Dodge's SRT is street and racing technology.
Street and racing technology. Okay, I knew it was wrong. All right.
But RT is rail and track. Separately for road and track.
Road and track. Okay.
Road and track. Sorry,
road and track. Yeah, you did say rail and track. Yeah,
road and track.
Okay.
So,
well,
I didn't know their
track
SRT
is on there.
Yeah, I mean it's made to move. And then mine on top of it was a police issue. So,
yeah, your vehicle had a bit of guts.
Oh, it fucking moved.
Yeah, I remember the first day you took me for a ride, that thing was fucking getting going.
Yep. But it wasn't badged with the Interceptor package, but it had everything in it, which I come to find out when I was trying to get some maintenance done. So when I showed up with the DM with that, and the guy's just like, fucking really? He shook his head, fucking put his clipboard in the car and got in. They took like kissed.
At least he sucked it up.
Yeah. I'm like, dude, it's a 4-door sedan. All-wheel drive 4-door sedan is what you're driving. Like,
really? Not to mention, within reason, because he said right away it was gray. I mean,
it was a gray area, right?
Gray area, right? Like, yeah, so obviously not the paint color, right? Gray, it was a gray area.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how quick were you going to be like, it's my only car?
Oh, yeah. I'm like, that's the option.
I immediately would have said that, like, it's this or she never gets a license until I buy a different vehicle. And by the way, that one's going to be way more souped up than this. So can you take her out?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, at that point, I would just told her, like, you got to go with your mom and drive her a tiny little SUV. Right. Sorry, baby. Like,
well, that brings up something I wanted to ask you, man.
Yeah.
My experience with driver's tests since I came to the States were only twofold. I didn't have to take a road test with my driver's license for a vehicle. And then a few years later, when I went to get a motorcycle endorsement, it was only on like a little small piece of pavement where you had to drive through the cones and do a figure eight and get to second or third gear and brake.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was very, very simple, right?
Yep.
I was at a service call on one in town recently, and the whole area was like a driver training area with roads and stop signs. And is that pretty common? Because when I did mine, the guy just took me out on the road and we went through the parking lot at a strip mall and he took me onto the highway quick. Like, it was regular roads.
Right. I think they're getting more common because I think there's they started noticing that they weren't giving good qualifying tests, and their trainings weren't. They're all subpar. I mean, look at some of the fucking the drivers around here and how shitty they are. Subpar training and subpar tests.
It's the only thing that makes sense.
Yeah. It's fucking amazes me. Like when I took my motorcycle test in South Dakota, it wasn't any better. He drove behind me in a car, had a one-way radio. Like I couldn't talk to him. He could talk to me. It was clipped onto my fucking shirt underneath my, just so I could hear it through my helmet. And
for your motorcycle.
For my motorcycle license.
Okay, I thought you meant the car. I'm like, what?
No.
That's the code. Okay, your motorcycle. Got it.
For my motorcycle. I had to leave the DMV. I had to take a left, and then I took a right, and then a right, and then a right, and I left back into the DMV. Literally, that was it. And he made sure
just seeing that you were smooth.
Yeah, made sure I could shift, made sure I could friggin' brake, make sure I could use my turn signals. That's fucking it.
Pretty simple, man.
There's no real, like, what kind of qualifying test is that? I to this day bitch about that. Like, that doesn't show that you know how to fucking operate a motorcycle. Anybody that can ride a bike can do that.
As long as you understand clutch and shifting gears, sure.
Right.
Which really is kind of the biggest thing, because that taking off, slowing down, a lot of times are the dangerous parts when you're riding a motorcycle.
Taking off, I think.
Yeah, getting
if
up
I
to
could
speed,
dial it
right?
back, taking it off, like right from that first gear takeoff, that's where people fuck up, because there's a lot of dumps people have.
Oh my God.
They dump that clutch and fucking, oop, there goes the bike.
You get neutral or second, and the bike just goes, and you think you're okay. You lift your feet up, and bang, you're gone. Like, that definitely happens, man. Wow, I never even thought of that, because shout out to the guy. I still remember his name to this day. His name was Vince, who did my motorcycle test. You remember that pig of a metric bike I had, that Virago, when I first got one?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Well, I get there, I do the 360 cornered loop, right? Get up into gear, slow down, like you said, left, or right, in my case. And then he's like, all right, make a figure eight, but it's got to be within these two like red lines. I definitely went over one of the red lines for sure.
Oh, yeah.
I couldn't make it tight enough. The bike was just bigger than I'd ever had. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I really wasn't that used to it yet. And then he makes me drive through the cones, and I have no problem getting my front wheel through the cones, but I took out almost every cone with my back tire. I get over there, I'm like, fuck, man, failed that fucking test. Like, oh, well, keep practicing, I guess. He walks over, he's like, it's a big bike. Here you go.
Oh, funny.
Thanks, man. Great.
Oh, funny shit.
But I also wasn't a kid. He could tell at least I was handling it within my capabilities.
Right.
So I didn't try to make the figure eight all the way inside the lines, because I could tell, no. So if it had been a real world situation, I would have stopped, backed it up, 3-point, keep going, right?
Right.
I think he must have taken that into account, but that guy should have failed me for sure.
Oh, funny shit.
For sure. Like, I can't believe he passed.
Yeah. It was, my wife actually got her motorcycle license at one point. She went through the class. I don't think she ever actually got her license itself, but she passed the class after she dumped the bike, which was also the instructor's fault. And have you ever?
Whoa, hang on. It was the instructor's fault. She dumped the bike. Explain.
Yeah. So they were doing figure eights or some shit. And I'm sorry if I get the story wrong. Please forgive me. But she stalled out or something. She stopped in her figure eight, and she stopped. And then the instructor's like, okay, now you got to do this in order to, get going again. And he went to grab the bike or grab the handles, and her hand slipped off the clutch because he kind of pushed her hand out of the way, and it fucking there it went.
All right, that's his fault. Yeah, he can't do that. You should have known better than that.
Have you seen the bikes that they do those classes on? Please tell me you've seen them.
The little 150 to 200 cc motor scooters.
250 single cylinder.
Yeah.
It's a bunch of fucking cloud show out there when they're doing their fucking.
All right, so I can tell you now, after having one for a few months, my e-bike has more get up and go than one of those does. And I didn't buy a fancy e-bike, folks. It's pretty basic. But yeah, my e-bike definitely has more get up and go. They're way more dangerous than those little bikes are. And probably those bikes aren't that much heavier than mine. So yeah, I have seen those little motor scooters. They do that.
Oh God, that's funny.
That's good. Well, this actually is playing out well here, man, because we spoke a while ago, and once even before that, Part of our life is just bitching about traffic because drivers suck, traffic sucks, all that.
Yeah.
We've talked about the type of people we see, age groups, even ethnically, about who we think and we see on a regular basis are not the greatest drivers. I realize I've been looking at this the wrong way entirely.
Oh, really?
Okay. Folks, I'm going to lean in. I know they say this in TV. Where's my camera? Right here. Unpopular opinion. Illinois, go fuck yourself. Okay. I see so many fucking stupid, dumbass moves, driving slow, driving fast, cutting in from the worst possible versions of what a bad driver can do. And so many times it's Illinois now. Yeah. I've been keeping track in my head like that's way more than everybody else. Yeah. And we have Wisconsin, we've got Iowa, we got, surprisingly, it's so far away. We have a lot of Texas vehicles.
We have a lot of Texas vehicles.
You would think it'd be the Texas vehicles, right? No, they actually drive fairly respectfully most of the time.
Yeah, not bad.
So many times now it's a bad driver. So hey, listen, Illinois, pull your whole fucking life together. Fuck you. Learn how to drive. Stop cutting people off. It's brutal.
Oh, fuck.
It's like you're not allowed to use signal lights in Illinois. And in their head, the moment that their side mirror or their view from the driver's seat, they can look over and see that they're past your front bumper. Well, it's time for them to pull in front of you now.
Right. Yeah, it's fucking horrible.
It's brutal.
I would have to 100% agree with you.
Now, here's the problem. As always, folks, did a bit of an investigative internet Googling here, right?
Uh-oh.
From autoinsurance.org. Here are
oh, here we go.
Here are the top 10 worst driving states in the union. All right. This one is the best. Okay.
Oh, the best.
Best driver. We'll start with best first. Okay. The best driver is apparently Michigan. Approximately 86% of them have clean driving records. And the most common violation in the state of Michigan is speeding.
God, guys, fucking make some bad decisions. Jesus.
Right. Actually, the good ones and the bad ones here, most of the goods are going to be a surprise and most of the bads are going to be a surprise. I was really shocked when I went through this. Okay.
All right, fair enough.
And it is per capita, so it's based on citizenry.
Okay.
Number 2 is New York. So despite heavy traffic and expensive auto insurance rates, New York is home to some of the best drivers in the world, has an incredible 12 million licensed drivers, and only about 85% of those have a clean driving record. Now, the most common offense in New York, at-fault accident.
Oh, hitting a parked car?
No, just the person who had it was the one to blame.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean? Like, might be someone still moving, right?
Yeah. I'm imagining it's a lot of parked vehicles.
I bet it is. On the side of the road, or somebody cut out in front, like, yeah. Nevada, number 3, 84% clean. Mississippi, number 4, 84. These are all pretty close.
Mississippi.
I know. New Jersey, 83% clean records.
I would assume New Jersey New York is right next door. I would think that it would spread a little.
You'd think they'd be pretty close, right? Yeah.
All right.
Kentucky, somehow at number 6 at about 83%.
Kentucky. Wow.
6% less likely to have a traffic citation than the national average. A lot of back roads, I presume.
Yeah, those cops are giving warnings instead of...
And again, a lot of these are real close. Louisiana, 83% clean record. West Virginia, 83%.
Mm-hmm.
Another big surprise, Florida, with an astounding 15.6 million licensed drivers in the state, 83% of them with a clean driving record. Now, this would be a fun one for you to guess.
Retired people.
What's the most common infraction in Florida? They always give this caveat. So we had a speeding, we had a DUI, not DUI yet, but this is not DUI, just spoiler alert. We had an at-fault driver one. What do you think Florida's is?
Distracted driving.
It's a tie between distracted driving and uninsured drivers who got their license but didn't bother to get insurance. So I'm giving you that one.
Fair.
And number 10, Arkansas. And again, 82%, all those are real close. Arkansas drivers are at 5% less likely to have no citations on the driving record than the national average.
Wow.
So,
all right, fair enough.
Now, the worst.
Minnesota's number 1.
Ohio has 20% more traffic citations than the national average. the Buckeye State, just as a caveat here, also has the sixth highest rate of rude drivers according to autoinsurance.org, which I think is a funny thing.
Wow.
So, and they
Ohio's
did say
a little
that
pissy.
Ohio apparently is a little pissy. Ohio has 9.9 traffic fatalities per 100,000 people per year. That is below the national average, but they have the most citations, and apparently they're the rudest.
Wow.
Iowa at 21.
Idiots out walking around.
I think there's a lot of that too. Yeah. Yeah. So, and theirs was also at fault accidents and no insurance, or improper insurance is what they say for a lot of them.
Okay. Fair enough.
Nebraska, 21% less frequent than the average. I'm always interested what their little like extras here are.
Wow.
Theirs is also at fault and insurance problems. Virginia at 20% came in first as the rudest drivers in the country.
Virginia did?
Making it the worst state in the union for drivers with road rage.
Motherfuckers, you ain't got enough of a footprint to be that pissy. Sit
You
down,
wouldn't
Sally.
think, right? Also, it's Virginia. Like, I could tell you all about Virginia. If you don't know what their license plate is, folks, look it up. Apparently, they think Virginia slightly better than heaven. Or slightly worse than heaven.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I think their license plate in Virginia is almost heaven.
Almost heaven.
If you've been to Virginia and you think heaven's just slightly better than that, yeah, set your goals a little higher, right? Number 5, Wisconsin. No surprise there for our Wisconsin listeners. Sorry, I know you like to talk about all the Minnesota terrible drivers and the mud ducks and all that. You're 19% more likely to have a citation as an average driver, and that is also, again, at fault accidents and insurance applications. So
Wow.
they did fall 4th for the highest rated DUIs in Wisconsin.
Of
and
course.
7th highest at the rate of rude drivers. Don't worry, folks. I'm glad you're bearing with us here, but this is something that'll definitely come up at a party, and you can say, no, my state don't even make the list. Wyoming also at 19%. They were 5th, one ahead of Wisconsin for the rude drivers. They do, however, have the highest rate of traffic fatalities in the country with over 25 deaths per 100,000 people per year.
Really?
So apparently a lot of people are buying it in Wyoming. South Carolina right there at 19% as well, above the national average. And theirs is the 4th state for traffic fatalities. So deaths occur there because of the per capita 44% more often than the national average. South Carolina is a scary place to drive, or the drivers are really terrible.
Yeah.
Colorado, and I love how it says, despite having some of the worst drivers by state, their traffic fatality is really low based on the national average.
Wow.
Idaho, number 9, they fall down pretty good. They don't have a caveat for them. They don't have a funny one like they're rude or mean or whatever. They flip you off a lot. And Utah, number 10.
Yeah, Utah, I believe.
Theirs actually is one of the funniest ones on this list to me. So 25% of drivers list a prior at-fault accident or insurance application. Drivers in Utah, also receive citations for illegal behavior while driving 14% more than the national average, but they do have a very low fatality per 100,000 people. I assume that's saying they're probably the rudest, even though it doesn't say it specifically.
Yeah, probably.
14% higher than national average for like illegal. That's got to be road rage and flipping people off and throwing stuff and driving like an asshole.
Right.
So,
okay. So are you done with your list?
I am.
Okay. So I want to ask this question because between you and I, we have driven in some facet of a large chunk of the country, I would say. I have driven in every state this side of the Mississippi.
We only have a large chunk because of you. My number is 1, 2. My number's only 13.
Really? Well, that's still fair. What do you say, or what would you say with your personal experience, the worst place to drive is? The worst.
Oh, I didn't like driving through New York or Chicago flying back from Canada to that airport in Newark one time and then having to drive home. Both of those were pretty sucky, but it was over Christmas, very busy traffic. My
During
first time
winter.
driving in any of those conditions.
Yeah.
My wife was driving the first leg.
Yep.
But no, if you put me on it, no, that's not true. I drove in Chicago a couple of times. It's still Illinois. Chicago was the worst.
I was the worst.
The layout of how you get around town, if you even can.
Yeah.
And if you can't, you're stuck with every local trying to go through the city or close to it just to get back on the turnpikes. They got a bunch of these pay ones that you can't avoid.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's just
Unavoidable toll roads.
right. Yeah, when you got to watch out for yourself and every other driver, like you can watch for some of the drivers. We know you pick up after a while the little subtle spidey senses. A car that's ahead of you or beside you, and like you just, what the fuck is this guy doing? Right.
Mm-hmm.
The whole trip through Chicago was like that. The last 2 times I was there,
Really?
expecting at any moment for some jackass to just pull out in front of me, like go White Sox. Like shut the fuck up. Like
My worst place, I would have to say, is Dallas, Texas.
I haven't been to Texas, so
Like Dallas, Texas, worst fucking traffic I have ever had to deal with in my life, and the worst people. And the fact that it was like 120 fucking degrees just made it that much worse.
it can be extenuating circumstances sometimes.
But yeah, no, that was by far the worst place.
Right. Side note, just got a text from one of my PMs. What's up with those guys silencing their phones at like 3:00 when they go home and then taking the time to answer a text message at 6:00 now our time? I mean,
Those are
just
the
text
times
me tomorrow, man.
yeah, those are the times I don't respond.
Yeah, just text me tomorrow.
Be like,
That's fine.
no, it's 6:00. Like,
Yeah. This also
off.
was one of the ones where I texted him an update at like 3, and he texted me now going, thanks.
Yeah.
So
well,
he was
then
really
that's
asking
fine.
me.
It was,
yeah.
it was a response to yours. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I-
yes, Chicago, Illinois, pull your act together. Terrible drivers, man.
Yep.
Terrible.
Yep. So is Dallas, Texas.
Yeah. Don't do that in another state. You think that's okay because you're not around your own people? No.
Yeah. No, I've dealt with the same thing up here. Illinois drivers, like, you guys really need to fucking, you really got to pull it out of your ass. It's getting bad.
Well, I've
there's a
taken to
lot
calling
of
them. Yeah, I've taken to calling them chai clowns, like Chai Town.
Oh,
When I
really?
see one on the road now, yeah.
Oh,
Chai
funny.
clowns, name of the episode, folks. Like,
Yeah,
fuck
fair
this.
enough.
What else you got, man? Because my last one is stupid.
I had an experience this week, or last Friday. Sorry, not this week. Last Friday, that I wanted. Dude, I was buzzing down 35W. Now 35W South, they got a little construction work on. They knock out the left 2 lanes, right, for a chunk, probably 5 miles or so. But I'm coming up on that fucking that construction. I'm in the middle lane. I'm doing 5 over. I'm in the company work truck, right? I thank God at this point I'm not pulling anything. I see 2 vehicles coming up behind me because they got the headlights on. It's early morning. This one car, the car in the back of the 2, pulls hard right into my lane, like hard, like trying to avoid a deer hard.
Good luck,
Right.
everybody. I turn now.
Yeah. And then fucking crams it back into the left lane. I'm thinking, oh, she wants to get around me. She's a shitty driver. I'll just let her fucking get around me. I was not changing my speed. My cruise was set. I turned my cruise on, right? The car in front of her passes me. She stays right on my rear quarter panel. She stays there, locks in right there. And I'm like, okay, now I don't like this. So I'm going to speed up a little bit. I got another 5 mile an hour. I'm like, I ain't going to do some stupid, crazy speed. I ain't going to go 90. I'm going to speed up another 5, put a little bit of room between us in case she does something stupid. Nope. She stayed right on my fucking quarter. And I'm like, okay, now I'm going to slow down. So I slowed down all the way to 60, all the way down. And she stayed right on my quarter. And I'm like,
Fuck.
all right, we're going to see how this plays out. So she stayed there for a couple miles. Finally, she very slowly creeps past me on the left. She's not doing anything stupid, but she literally gets up in front of me to where my bumper is at her rear passenger door and decides that she wants over into my fucking lane in a bad way. Cranks that fucker over. I slam on my brakes. Thank God I wasn't pulling anything. Slam on my brakes. She fucking misses me. I lay on the fucking horn and she flips me off. I'm like, bitch, I should have just ran you right off the fucking road. Your little white Topaz ain't gonna fucking stand up to my 3/4 ton work truck. Fuck you.
I see it so many times where you're the bad guy when they drive like shitheads. I had a guy stop on a rainy night where it was hard to see the road as it is. He stopped on a 4-lane highway so that I had to come to a complete stop, speeds up, stops again, and has the nerve to flip me off when he tried to get between me and the next car in the left lane with not enough room. If I hadn't have jammed my brakes on, he would have sideswiped me.
What the fuck, really?
Then I get a flip off and a bunch of road rage for that. Like, if it hadn't been raining, it might have been a different story. Like, I didn't get out because it was raining, but 5 minutes later, my brain goes, also, you're driving your work van and wearing work clothes, dickhead. I'm like, oh, yeah, that's probably going to end up being a problem.
No.
Yeah, the people who get mad at you for honking at them or flipping them off when they did something wrong, it is the entitlement, narcissism in the worst kind of way. It drives me crazy. But also, I was just talking to a fellow the other day. I am happily now at a zen point where I can see this sort of behavior and either passive aggressively deal with it, which I'll have an example in a moment, or I'm just like, yep, another day with dumbass drivers out there. You see them more because you're on the road all the time. Now, in your particular case, you weren't towing anything. I would have crowded that person's lane until they made a decision.
Yeah.
Not a bunch, but my tires would be on the line. It's now your choice. You want to go past me? You want to get behind me? I tried to speed up. I tried to slow down. You sat in a blind spot, basically. Right. Some people are, I will say, oblivious. I complained about it one time, probably a year or more in the past. My missus would get to the speed she was happy with on the highway and set the cruise control and be sitting in someone's blind spot with me in the passenger seat looking at the side of that person's vehicle going, you got to move up a little or come back a little. Like,
yeah, pick.
That person probably doesn't see you. And if they have to make a quick motion, we're fucked. Like, that's dude.
I don't get it.
Yeah. We'll complain about drivers from time to time, folks. I'm glad we had some other stuff before this, but I do have something to end on, or at least my end here, pal.
Yeah.
And I promise this is ridiculous. This is what I would like if anybody reaches out to us at isawpodcast.com. Our text line is 507-607-4729. You'll find everything that is ISAW there, the Buy Us a Beer app. And if you want to support the show and also be named a sponsor of an upcoming episode, also the Be a Guest tab is there if you'd like to join us for a future recording. That's it. But if you want to reach out to our text line or social media and let us know, my question is for everybody today. Your toaster at home, pal, do you have a 2-slice or a 4-slice toaster?
4-slice, sorry.
4-slice, okay.
4-slice.
In front of each of the pair, there is a dial that lets you set the toasting amount between 1 and what in your household?
1 and 10.
1 and 10. Okay, so mine's 1 and 7.
Okay.
And so I'm going to take this from your perspective right now, 1 to 10, which seems to be probably the more likely number. My 1 to 7 seemed like a weird choice. Who the fuck is using 1 through 5 for anything at all?
Mine don't go over 3.5.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't like burnt shit. Why are you fucking making hockey pucks? Do you hate your life? Do you hate yourself?
Dude, if I put mine on 5 out of 7, it's sort of toasted, and it's a good toaster. It's not a piece of junk.
Dude, if I put mine on 5, it is a fucking black hockey puck.
All right, perfect.
Like catching fire.
Okay, hold on. So this is perfectly fine. Okay, we have 2 different toasters, but we're having the same issue just from different perspectives. So by that manner, what the hell is 6 through 10 for on your toaster?
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, we just have different heating elements on ours, right?
Right. Absolutely.
Why the high and low? I looked it up on the internet and it said, the lower settings are for things like bagels and English muffins that may toast. Fuck 1,
right,
2 or 3. It's warm-ish.
Yeah. No, it needs to be. I think they should get rid of the fight.
Fucking be down for this.
They need to get rid of the fucking the heater elements, the knobs. Get rid of them. It needs 1 fucking setting. Let it go to this fucking temperature on everything. Because I toast my bagels and my toast at the exact same level. Okay. I don't move the knob.
Okay. I'm gonna agree partially, and then I'm gonna push back a little. Yes, when you get the setting set, that's your setting.
Yeah.
You're not adjusting that based on the toast. Your adjustment is what you put in there. You might be hitting the cancel button to pop them up quick, a little early, like an English muffin cooks a bit faster. I don't want a super cooked Pop-Tart. I might pop that a little early. I don't need a real crisp toast on that. You know what I mean?
Right.
But also, dude, people like different levels of, I guess we'll say, toastedness. What would be the right toastedness?
Toastedness.
Toastedness. Yes. I can see why there's variations.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, unpopular opinion, dude. If you fucking toast your shit that dark, get your life together. Go see it. Go talk to somebody.
Okay. What do you use your toaster for other than, regardless of what it is you're eating? Let's say that the common ones would be English muffin,
bagel and toast.
Bagel and toast, okay?
Right.
You're toasting those all to the exact same level?
Pretty much, yes.
Okay.
I sorry, I said pretty much. No. Yes. They're toasted to the same fucking level. And I don't toast my Pop-Tarts.
That's a pretty common thing. I actually knew that about you, which is why I didn't force it in down your throat with this whole thing, because I know you just eat raw Pop-Tarts, which occasionally, I'll have a raw Pop-Tart just to remind myself that I'm living in the first world and I have a toaster.
Yeah, well, there you go.
But yeah, just say like, oh, this is what it was like when you were a kid and just had to run out with a toaster pastry to go to school. Like, I remember that.
And you're psychotic if you throw a Pop-Tart in the microwave. Just saying.
Yes, folks, if you microwave Pop-Tarts, talk to a professional. We are not sponsored by BetterHelp, but that's a good place to start.
Yeah, and if your husband puts Pop-Tarts in the microwave, make sure you remove the guns from the house. Do yourself a favor now.
Yeah, that's not a great start. No, I totally agree with that's public service announcement for the day for sure. I do admit those three things that you mentioned, I toast at different levels.
Do you? Oh, you're sophisticated.
But no, not sophisticated. It depends on what I'm using it for, okay? So as an example, if I'm just having breakfast toast, I got bacon and eggs and I want a couple pieces of toast with butter. All right. I want a little more toast because the butter's going to soggy it up a bit.
Right. Right.
If I'm using, not to sound bougie here, folks, but I'm going to admit something that also public service announcement here. If I'm using avocado on that toast, I'm going to toast that a little less. I toast a bagel a little less, and I also have the feature on mine that has the bagel button where it only toasts the face of the bagel.
Yep. So
I do want some variation. It basically is what I'm getting at, right? If I toasted my number 5 or 6 out of 7 on a piece of bread and my English muffin would be a hockey puck.
Right.
So I do have some variation. That's not my gripe.
Why not have one setting and then just select a selector for a bagel, English muffin, and it just controlled the time?
Okay. I don't have an English muffin setting on mine.
No, I've never seen a toaster with one of those.
I wouldn't think, no. But again, also, if you're cooking the rest of your breakfast and trying to time it with your toast, you can also pop the toast up quick and go, no, another couple seconds, click, turn it back down.
True.
Problem with that is when you forget and then you end up burning something, because that happens from time to time.
True.
So
I am looking at something here that I'm...
It's one of these times where John has this funny look in his face where he might have an interesting piece of information here. What do you got, buddy?
So I was just looking up toasters online. Now, forgive me, it is what it is. But Target has a touchscreen toaster, 4-slice, different selections for bread, bagel, waffle, pastry, muffin, and gluten-free items. Holy shit.
I'm going to start with fuck the gluten-free thing. The amount of gluten in your food, I'm no scientist. That shouldn't affect the toasting ability of your bread. I mean, it might, but you can fuck off with all that for the gluten-free people. I'm not saying don't be gluten-free. That's fine, but you don't need a different button on that. A touchscreen toaster is pretty fancy.
Along with 4 different functions: single toasting, a cancel button, defrost, and reheat.
I do have defrost and cancel on mine, but I don't have a reheat. Waffle. Okay. You said waffle.
Waffles?
Is there
like a frozen
waffles that you can put in your toaster?
Lego my Eggo, baby.
Oh, no. Yeah. See, in my head, Eggo is its own thing.
It's a toaster, though. It's a toastable waffle.
I'm personally putting Eggo in its own category. It's waffle shaped.
Yes, it's waffle patterned.
It's waffle patterned. I'm not calling an Eggo a waffle. I'm going to die on this hill.
Okay.
Argue all you want, folks. I'm going to die on this hill. An Eggo is waffle shaped. It's not a waffle.
I couldn't explain it to you any other way but say the slogan. How fucking weird is that? Like, oh my Eggo, baby.
But you knew right away, right? Didn't
Yeah.
say Lego my waffle.
Right.
Lego my Eggo. And then also, this is now what I think is the exact opposite of our Sherwin Williams talk from earlier.
Yeah.
What a perfect slogan.
It has stuck.
Right.
It is absolutely amazing.
It's been there forever. It rhymes. Everybody knows it. If you say Lego my and you look at someone, most people are going to go, Eggo.
Right.
Obviously, right?
Right.
We should do slogans one of these days. I'm putting it on the list, man. We should do different companies' slogans, how we feel about them. We talked about 2 of them now today. We should do a whole episode on it.
Oh yeah. Yeah. We'll come up with good ones and bad ones.
Right.
Because you got the iconic ones, right? Like everybody remembers. But we got to find some bad ones.
Yeah, we'll find some bad ones. So we won't even ruin any right now because I'll give you a perfect example. Let me think of a good one. Something that would affect us day to day. What's Milwaukee's slogan? Bet you don't know.
Milwaukee. Well, it depends on the advert.
Every company has yes, they have different ones, but every company has their main slogan.
Yeah.
Do you know what Milwaukee's is?
Low maintenance and easily turned on.
That's their advertisement.
Shirt by that way.
I promise, folks, this might even be next week's episode. Now that I said this, I've got another one that I wanted to do that was on a list that John sent me of upcoming ideas. But yes, we should definitely do a whole thing on slogans, man.
Yeah. No, we can do
or they're just visual advertisement photo.
Yeah.
They're like generic one, right? I like it. Do you got anything else today, man?
I wanted to say this before I left. The bane of my career existence. I figured out what it was last week. I haven't been able to share it with anybody, and it's been kind of eating at me. So
we're here for you, buddy. Let her have it.
The thing I hate the most about our job and our career, universal fittings. I fucking hate universal fittings. One size it's too big, one size it's too fucking small, and it looks like shit. I understand the premise behind it. I fucking hate the companies that are doing it. And we're getting more and more and more of these universal fittings in our world. I hate them.
The tolerance. So let's just say something real common for electrical. This is probably common for a lot of people, but for us, a half, a 3/4, and a 1 inch are some real, almost all the time fitting sizes that we use because they match up with the entries in our boxes and the most common holes we drill are pipe sizes, right? The tolerances are so slim. You can get one brand that will fit in a regular hole knocked out in a box, and the next one won't, or it'll be so loose you can pull it out by hand, and that's the one time a goddamn inspector gets up on an actual ladder and pulls on something.
Right. Well, take the universal fittings of those straps for those pipes, right? You get strut straps that are universal fit for 3/4 strut and 3/4 EMT. They don't fucking work for either.
Right. Yeah, something's loose.
I fucking hate it.
Yeah, loosen the pipe. It's loosen the straps. It's not great, man. I agree. That's something that's been coming up a little bit more and more lately. And for me, it's also, we're in a world now where they are picking the most cost-effective parts from various parts of the world to make products. And when it comes to what we do, I had a very small piece of equipment recently. It was a soft start motor that was going in a bigger motor. This is not a big piece of equipment, folks. 1 foot by 2 foot by 7 inches. It wasn't a big piece of equipment. There was 4 different size bolts and screws in one piece.
What the fuck?
3 metric, 1 imperial in one piece of equipment. I'm like, what are we doing here?
What the fuck?
I have the tools. Okay. I don't mind digging into my bag. My bag is right there. But also, how long are we going to keep dealing with you if everything is a complicated mess with different sizes and
Right. Get fucked. All the way fucked on that one.
You picked a great one to end up there, buddy. That's great. Yeah. This universal fitting thing that's not universal.
Yeah.
Like in what universe is my question?
Right.
If I could talk to these engineers and designers, in what universe is this universal?
Yeah, exactly. Like it just, I don't know. I've had to deal with it so much here recently, and it's just like, no, they all look like garbage. Like I want the actual fitting. I want the actual thing that I need. And it looks nice and it looks professional. It looks clean. Fuck the universal fittings.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I think that's a great place to end on this. Fuck universal fittings. Just try harder.
Yeah.
But also, I think we're in the case too where our companies probably, as lots of companies are trying to cut a few of the corners with the cost of things.
Everybody is.
Yeah, and we've gone from the brand name that we've been using for years that was to the proper tolerance, now down to, well, this company's $7 cheaper a box for all those 100 fittings, so let's try that. And you end up throwing the same percentage away because it's dog shit. And yeah, great point, buddy. You had a great one at the end there.
Yep. Well, all right, my man.
I think that's it, buddy. Thanks everybody for listening again this week. John, I want us to get back together sometime soon. We've got a guest waiting in the wings that we got to get taken care of. And the last time we could have done a Saturday, we decided to fuck it and go golfing. So,
which I'm okay with.
Yeah. But I wanted to thank you as I have been the last few weeks. I know that this is a panic for you to record on a Wednesday and get these out for Thursday. So thank you for everything you're doing, man. I appreciate it.
Absolutely, man. Happy to do it.
And real quick, anything that we talked about that you've got an opinion today, we already talked about the socials. Please reach out. People have been starting to slowly do it a little bit more. John and I are excited about it. We really appreciate it. Please keep it up. That's ISAW Podcast on Instagram or 507-607-4729. That's 507-607-ISAW.
Yep.
Yeah, that could be text, that could be voice. Just reach out. It's been really great for us. We hope it continues and gets better. So thank you, everybody.
Absolutely. All right. Have a good night, everybody. And Jason, thank you again, sir, for spending the time. I know we're both working like fucking dogs, so it was nice to actually sit down and get this one out. So
I agree, man. Cathartic as always.
Absolutely. I needed it. All right.
Sure. Remember, everybody, as always, your work keeps the world working. We'll talk to you next week.
Sláinte.
Cheers.